My name is Unique Shaw, and this is my journey. By my sophomore year in high school, at 16 years old, I was raped by a friend of mine. By the age of 21, I had my first child. I was still kind of up and down, battling through things. By that time, I had my daughter in 2007. I was a drug addict. I was functioning addict, as I say. I went to work, but I was still doing drugs. From that time, I had my third child. I was in a relationship with a fellow. We was together 6 years. After that experience in that relationship for 6 years, my daughter was molested by her stepfather. When that occurred, things went kind of a downward spiral. I was isolated. I veered from everyone. But after that occurred, things changed over.
I first met Unique whenever I was driving the Southeast van before I got hired as the elementary children's minister. And for a while, just her kids would come, and then she started coming too.
I first met Unique at the Capitol Hill Church of Christ. Her great two sons were coming to church. They came in through the children's ministry at Capitol Hill, and they were very consistent in coming, and all of a sudden I realized that their mother was coming.
My children started showing the joy of what God was showing me. They was like, oh, come to church, come to church. So when I started going to church and started going to Capitol Hill, I started seeing how good God was and how he started restoring my faith, started restoring the joy that I had. I started loving me again. I started seeing how God gives through the kids, how they love God no matter what, how it is okay to go through some things. It's okay to be hurt, but overcoming what you've been through.
So we began to study, but in the course of getting to know Unique, I realized that there were some obstacles in her life, some experiences that she had had that could possibly become a roadblock to her full deliverance, to her really living that free Christian life. And that's when I thought about our counseling ministry at Memorial Road.
Lyra being a worker over at Capitol Hill and just behind the scenes, it's always introducing me to folks that she thinks will be a good connection and maybe helping them through something. But one of the things that I immediately experienced in sitting across from Unique was how her spirit was open to receiving what God had for her and seeing the changes that had taken place in her life. It was remarkable, and that's how you knew that it was nothing but God's spirit and presence that was making those changes.
So I've gotten to witness them really change and mature and grow up, and it's really great to see the kids that once were riding the van to church are now getting brought to church by their mom.
When I started really learning the word and understanding what God meant, being baptized is something to renew my faith, to wash off everything that was negative, to wash it away, to be cleansed, to be renewed in the walk of Christ.
It all comes together and it makes a composite picture of a community that is walking side by side with someone who is wanting to put their life together. And so the baptism is a culmination, really, of the efforts of all of these ministries together. And that's something for which we're really, really grateful.
You may not always see the specific things that take place, and I think that's one of the things that a story like Unique tells us. It gives us direct correlation to how just being a part of giving and having a spirit that's open to sharing can impact individual lives.
I'm excited because it's a new chapter, closing the old chapter, everything that I went through from the drug addiction, through struggling, and through all the pain and hurt and tears that I cried and feeling alone and feeling abandoned and feeling worthless. Now, to be able to wash all that away, to show that God is real, that God is loving, and that it opens up new doors for me. The joy and peace, having inner peace, knowing that God is with me through my walk and that everything will be okay.